to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I thought I was talking in the wrong side of my mic, but I wasn't. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, and now the elusive fourth wheel to my Jess and I's third wheel coupling.
I've been demoted.
Well, yes, of course you got demoted. We'll talk about why in a second. It is Kieran. How are you, buddy boy?
I am doing very well.
Well, I am not, because I am so freaking tired, because as everyone on the podcast will know by now, by the post on Instagram and Facebook, Jess and I have adopted a little puppy dog, and he's here. His name is Dweezil, and he's the cutest little goddamn thing on earth, but bloody hell, he kept me up all night, and I'm very tired.
Look, no one cares about how tired you are. I can
It's very
confirm
true.
that Dweezil is very cute and very adorable. But Dweezil is the equivalent of Hungry Jack's or McDonald's.
How so?
Now, not in the fact that I'm not trying to say that he's a crappy food product.
That's
the
right.
equivalent of
I was going to
in
say,
dog
that's
form.
a weird thing to say about a dog.
You know, he's not. He's an upper class meal type. Really, he's like a Chin Chins or a what's a I don't know.
I'd
A
say
flower drum. He's a flower drum of dogs.
Excellent. I
Right.
don't know what exactly that means. I think he's more, to being German, he's more the Hofbrauhaus kind of dog. Not that big though.
All right. Anyway, the point is, the photos that you have sent
Yeah.
around the world
Yeah.
show him to be a hell of a lot bigger than he currently is.
So he's very, 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 very small, and you're absolutely right. Every time I show photos, everyone's like, oh, he's a normal sized dog, and then they see him.
He fits in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. My parents came over and visited him, and he was
How were the grandparents?
oh, they love him. All the grandparents came over. The nonnies, the nonnos, the nonnas, the pas, the mas. They all came,
Yeah.
and they've all fallen in love with him. He slept through most of it because he's a bit of a puppy at the moment, but he's doing very, very well. I have a story about him later on in the show.
All
So
right.
it's a bit of a teaser. How good's that? How good's that? The teaser.
Well,
Because
in tradition,
in tradition,
we normally start this podcast with a rant.
we certainly do.
And I'm going to flip things a little bit.
We're gonna flip things.
I'm going to flip things.
Yeah.
I've got a compliment.
You get a compliment.
So rather than a rant,
Amazing.
I've got a compliment.
That's a bit weird. What the hell's going on with this show? This is gonna be the worst show ever.
I was ready to rant.
Yeah.
I Friday night went to a brewery for a 30th drinks, and I go up to the bar, and I'm going and I'm going, that's it, just like every other bar where I couldn't see any of the wait staff. I'm ready to go. Oh, fuck this, you know.
Yeah.
Look how big this place is. It's booming. Where are the wait staff, right? Well, they all just turned up. The wait staff, or bar servicemen or women, what are they called?
The bartenders.
Bartenders. The bartenders to patrons ratio was
good?
outstanding.
Oh wow.
I actually never had to wait to be served. I
That's
just
always
walked up
the
to the
best
bar
thing.
and it was like, what can I get you? And in fact, they remembered my drink.
And what is your drink these days? I always
Well,
forget.
it was an IPA. I was having a West Coast IPA, because you know how Friday it was 22 degrees? And,
Yeah.
And we had been
Beautiful day.
experiencing like 5-degree weather.
Yep.
And so it was fucking boiling.
It was like.
So I thought
it was perfect. You know what? On Friday, I picked up Dweezil.
Yeah.
From the airport.
And
'cause
the
he flew
fucking
in.
heat wave that we had.
And it was amazing. But I've got to say, I was in shorts. I cracked open the shorts, maybe prematurely, but I had a good time. So that's the important thing.
I fucking came down to Melbourne, and people are walking around in shorts, and I'm outside in the sun going, this is really hot. I'm unprepared. I haven't brought shorts. I didn't think I needed shorts yet.
Yeah, it's true.
And then the next day it was rainy and miserable, and I was like, this is more like it.
See, I've had a different experience.
Bring in
with
the
bartending.
misery. That's what we want, the
Yeah.
misery.
Oh, you want some misery for you?
I want misery.
Jess and I went to a bar not too long ago, and we had some beers earlier on in the day, and then we went to the. It was actually Jess's birthday. We went to Heartbreaker.
Yeah. See, that place doesn't have a good bartender.
No, it doesn't.
To patron ratio.
But it's a cool atmosphere. Like it's a hustle and
Yeah.
bustle. Except for that DJ that night, it was pretty terrible. Playing Tool. Who plays Tool at 11:30 at night?
Because I requested a song
Yeah.
that Jess wanted.
Yeah.
Queen or something like
Yeah,
that.
Jess wanted Queen. She wanted like "Don't Stop Me Now." Which
Don't
is a
Stop Me Now.
great song. Bat eating cheese is what I understand.
Is it about eating cheese?
Well, I just remember you and Jess at New Year's eating cheese and singing "Don't Stop Me Now" and talking about how "Don't Stop Me Now" about eating cheese, and forever live in my memory as that is what the song is about.
You know, we do this podcast, right? And people go, "Oh, you remember when you said this?" No.
No.
I have no idea what I said. I have no idea what I did New Year's.
Nonetheless,
I have no idea what
Well, this heartbreaks and like bad stuff to patron ratio. That's a great way of saying it. How formal. But the worst thing was, I go to Jess, "What do you want?" She goes, "Oh, I'd love a Jack Daniels and Coke." You know, I'm like, "Oh." You know when sometimes you just feel like a dirty Jack Daniels and Coke?
Mm-hmm.
I went up to the bar and I go, "Oh, 2 Jack Daniels and Coke."
And the bartender was like, "You must be really dirty.
And
you
she
feeling
goes,
dirty?
"We-
You feeling
no,
dirty?"
even worse. They go, I think it was a woman, I can't remember. But they go, "Oh, sorry, we don't have Jack Daniels at this bar."
It's not a fucking primo bar. It's not a bar that...
It's a rock and roll bar.
Yeah, it should have
It's a
it.
rock and roll bar, and I don't know if you know.
They've got
anything-
fucking that, not the gin and tonic. They've got the
Canadian Club?
No, the fancy one that comes in the little bottle.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember now.
You know, the fancy,
Well, all I'm gonna say, it's a rock and roll.
old fella or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
What's it called? Old fashioned.
Old fashioned in a can. Ugh.
No, not in a can, in a bottle.
Anyway.
They serve old fashions there.
Yeah. No, but look, as a rock and roll fan, everyone that likes Motorhead knows that Lemmy, the bassist and singer for Motorhead, who's one of the greatest rock gods of all time, his favorite drink was Jack Daniels and Coke.
Yeah.
In fact, he has his own cocktail in it's two pieces of ice, a double shot of Jack Daniels, and the rest filled with Coke. That's his signature drink, the Lemmy.
The Lemmy, right.
Which is Jack Daniels.
Is it like that crappy Coke that they pour out of the bar, or is it like
No,
real
it's a
Coke
proper
from
can
real-
Coke. Yeah, can.
Because that makes a difference.
I think it does. The premix is not real.
No, it's very watered
But
down.
I've heard that the best, and Jess always says this, the best Coke is from McDonald's.
Oh, they have a lot of syrup in it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know.
Have you ever had McDonald's soft drinks when they haven't replaced the syrup? That's terrible.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's
And Jess
disgusting.
even likes the orange juice.
the orange juice.
Yeah, McDonald's.
No one likes the orange juice. at
That's what I
McDonald's.
said to her. Nonetheless.
No one likes the orange juice.
That's
the only time you like the orange juice is when you're sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Right? You've got to be waking up some god-awfully hour in the morning, like 4 a.m, because your family's going on a road trip to Sydney or something like that.
I think it's
And
that airport feeling.
And you stop and you're like, well, I'm gonna get hotcakes, right?
Oh, no. Hash brown. Always a hash brown.
Well, see, hash browns are good, but I'm a fan of the hotcakes. The
Too
hotcakes
sweet.
with the maple syrup
sweet
and
for me in
and
the
the
morning.
butter they have. The butter.
That's not even real butter.
I know, but I like that butter. That's the only time I have that butter. That's good. And then you have the orange juice, and it's disgusting. But you go on with your life because you're like, you know, maybe we're going to have some fun later on.
True. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But Kieran, you've got a story for us. This is the Seinfeld of shows today. I'll tell you what, I'm so tired. Listen, I've got a story for Dweezil
You
later.
post something about George Costanza.
At time of this recording, it is Jason Alexander's birthday today. So I'll be trying to put in as many Seinfeld references as I possibly can.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, why not?
That's
I'm feeling like it's going to be a summer of Turch coming up, so it's going to be fine.
a summer of what?
A summer of Turch.
Summer of Turch.
Yeah, have you seen Seinfeld? Here's the Summer of George!
Oh,
It's going to be Summer of Dweezil, maybe. Or anything else.
The Summer of Dweezil.
That's pretty good. Anyway, you got a story for us.
What type of story do I have?
Well, you said you had something for me, and it was not really... Well, a rant. You had like a mini rant.
Oh, no, it's a compliment.
It was a compliment.
I already did the compliment.
Well, I've got a story. I've got a news article that tickled my fancy. And there's not many times I read the New York Times. And there's not many times I find on the New York Times a story about poop. But this just like, I didn't even think it was real. Like, you know when you read a headline and you go, yeah, I'll get to that later. And you just remember it at the back of your head.
All right, we either have the same poop story, or we've got two different stories on poop.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Okay, so my
When
headline...
people ask, what is this podcast about? Poo.
Okay, so this is the headline. Women poop. Sometimes at work. Get over it. Is that what your headline
No,
is?
my headline's totally different.
Okay, so I read that headline and I thought to myself, I looked at it and I went, nah, okay, that maybe someone made up a joke. Like someone put fake headline. And then,
Okay, back at high school,
yeah.
did you poo?
If I needed to poo, you just
The
go.
high school toilets were always disgusting.
They were
and
always
terrible.
disgusting. But, sometimes you gotta go,
I know people that hold it in all day.
No, that's not
They don't
healthy.
want to poo at school because the toilets are disgusting.
I think that's horrible because that could really, I feel like that would really affect your bowels in a really negative way.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. All right.
Well, not that kind of doctor anyway. Okay, so I've highlighted certain bits of this article and you can always find it. It's on the New York Times magazine, New York Times website. So here's how this article starts. There once was a woman who walked regularly from her office in Midtown Manhattan to a hotel across the street in order to use the restroom. And that woman may have been one of us. The woman had a friend at another job who carried a book of matches and a can of air freshener in her purse, more willing to set off the office fire alarm than leave any hint of odor in the public lavatory. That friend had another friend at another office job who repeatedly forced her body to do the deed quickly, racing from cubicle to the bathroom and back in an effort to deflate attention from what she might be doing in there. And that led to some semi-serious hemorrhoid problems. As a former colleague put it, she was pooping at the speed of pee.
Pooping at the speed of pee?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I wonder when you poo, right?
Thank you. That's a really weird thought.
Maybe it is the speed of pee. If you're not constipated, if you've got all the fibre and
if you've got the dietary
liquids,
thing,
the dietary should just go plonk.
It should, but you still don't want to just be like in and out. You sort of just want to sit there, relax for a sec, let it all out, wipe properly, take your time a little bit. Like, you're not going to spend the same time you do at a urinal trough that you do.
Trough.
It's a trough, isn't it? Or a urinal that you are.
We've got to come up with a fancier name.
I don't know yet. I can't think of one. I just call it the trough. It's always good.
Like Equinox urinal.
Equinox.
I don't know.
Exquilax.
Exquilax. Yeah, there we go.
I feel like this
Exquination.
is a very Seinfeld thing to talk about going to good public restaurants because George loves a good public restaurant.
No. Back when I was like 15, this is true, right? In the city of Melbourne, sometimes you're in the city,
yeah,
and it's very hard to find a good place
bathroom,
to take
yeah.
a crap.
Yeah.
The Sofitel
Yeah.
up near Parliament.
I think you've talked about this before.
Right. I think it's level 35 or 26. I can't remember, right? But they've got a restaurant up there.
Oh, you just sort of sneaking in.
But you've got to leave the restaurant to go to the toilet.
Ah,
and it's got
through
a
the
view.
elevator.
Yeah, it's got a view. It's got a window, so you can take a piss and have a wonderful view over the city of Melbourne.
There you go. Let me continue on this article. So she's given us 3 examples of women doing weird things in the bathroom at work. One went across the street to poop somewhere different.
Yeah.
One bought matches and air freshener.
Dogs have been doing this all the time. You see how guilty they look when they take a crap?
Yeah, but that's not guilt, funnily enough. That is them looking at you is to make sure that you're making sure, like they telling you that I'm pooping, watch out for predators for me.
Now that is this is embarrassing. I've got to do this here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please don't look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of both. It's like, Anyway, so this woman goes on. Remember the children's book, Everyone Poops? It's meant to teach kids that defecating is natural, healthy part of digestion, and does so by illustrating a wide variety of creatures, including dogs, cats, snakes, whales, hippos, little boys, happily defecating. But you know who you won't see defecating in that book, happily or unhappily? Women. Okay. This woman obviously has a problem going to the toilet. Or, I'm going to put it out there. Have you ever gone to someone, you're taking a long time in the toilet? Have you ever said that to anybody?
You hurry up.
Yeah, hurry, but like, that's usually hurry up because your mates are all peeing. Like, oh, hurry up, we're going to get another drink or go to the next bar.
Yeah.
You've never gone, like, someone's gone to like at work.
Yeah.
You've never said to someone, you took a really long time in the toilet.
No, never.
I've never
have
done
I
that.
don't even pay attention to that.
No, it's like, I'm going to the toilet. Great. It could be 2 hours. You can come back and I'll be like, oh, well, I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
Like,
If you did that, I would have just been like, oh, he's probably gone off and had lunch.
Yeah.
Now he's having a talk
Gone
to
to a
someone.
meeting somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone's on the way back. The elevator's not working. Had another coffee. So, let me continue on this article because it just gets really. Like, you can really see the mindset of this woman, and it just gets more and more insane. Of how this is a study in her own lack of self-confidence.
I'm sure there's a psychological disorder.
I know. So anyway, so she goes on. Poop is a real shame and a disproportionately affects women who suffer from higher rates of irritable bowel syndrome and inflammatory bowel disease. In other words, the patriarchy has seeped into women's intestinal tracts. Let's call it the pootriarchy. Girls aren't born with poo shame, they're taught it.
A social construct.
Yeah. So, as a man, I'm just going to tell all women now, what we do is, when we go out and have beers with the boys, what we're really doing is, and that was actually a second agenda item. First was obviously keep the wage gap real. The second agenda item was that we're going to make sure that they feel really uncomfortable going to the toilet at work. Because, what they really need after not getting paid enough is to spend less time in the toilet. That's what we do. And then the third one, what we do is, we make sure that we can accurately represent that women of differing minorities earn less money and get less jobs. That's what we do. You came to that meeting. It was a very interesting meeting. We had a very good guest speaker. The spread was fantastic.
Oh, there's a spread on
There's
there.
always a spread there. And then all us white men stood around. And then we had another room with Asian men because they actually make more money than us white men. But what happened was we get into these men groups and we all conspire to make sure you are uncomfortable to poo at work. That's what she's saying!
Oh, that's the hidden meaning. True story, Church. I was having a conversation about pooing with a female colleague. Right?
Jesus Christ. Okay.
What? No, these are serious academic conversations. And interesting, because we're talking about kids going to the toilet, right?
Yeah.
And she was saying, I've got to teach, divorcee, whatever. She's like, I've got to teach my young son about going to the urinal. And I said, how you do it? She goes, I tell him to unbutton his button and unzip his zipper and pull his pants all the way down.
Oh!
And I went, whoa, stop. And she goes, what? I'm like,
that's not how you do it.
No. It's. I'm like, is the whole buttocks exposed? She's like, yeah. I'm like, no. That's not urinal etiquette, right?
That's like Butters.
Yeah.
Like Butters from South Park. He just pulls his pants down. Hey, fellas!
And she goes, what do you mean? I'm like,
nah, just a fly, or
I said, two guys. It could be at the MCG. Enter the toilet.
Yeah.
No one else could be in there. You've got to walk diagonal past each other to the other point.
Yeah.
To take a piss.
Well,
right?
not only that, you don't pull your pants all the way down.
And that's the thing. You just get your dick out and you pee.
Yeah. Do you undo the button?
No, I just generally just do the fly.
I like to undo the button. Give me a little bit more free.
It depends. It depends. And then I was saying how one person might be at the urinal, then the next person goes to the cubicle, then the next person goes to the urinal, then the next person goes to the cubicle.
It's a very simple methodology.
Yeah. Anyway, I found out that the girls talk in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Men silent.
Silent.
You take a crap, you do it in silence.
That's right.
Women, apparently, chat. But you could be out at the pub. As soon as you get out of that bathroom, they won't talk to each other at different tables.
That's right.
No. It's in the bathroom.
So let me go on to this woman's article, because there's so much more I want to dive into about
Thank you for listening to Bathroom Etiquette with Kieran.
This is going to be the toiletous episode toiletous episode. So when girls get a bit older, they learn to pass gas silently, while boys do it loudly and think it's hilarious. If a boy farts, everyone laughs, including the boy, said Sarah Albee, the author of Poop Happened, A History of the World from the Bottom Up. If a girl farts, she is mortified. Which I guarantee, I know, 100% is untrue.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we've all had girlfriends.
Yeah. They've all farted.
And they've all farted. And they always laugh at you.
That's right.
Especially in the bed. Ugh. So let me continue on. At one level, it's associated with women's purity. This is about, okay. At one stage, she says that women are said to not to poo. Okay? She goes, at one level, it's associated with women's purity. At the other, it's a double standard applied to hygiene and civility, where the weight falls disproportionately on women to be cleaner, odorless, and groomed. Or as one woman interviewed in that fecal matter study put it, women are supposed to be non-poopers. For most of history, it would seem, they have fallen in line, adopted all sorts of creative ways to avoid mention, inference, acknowledgement, or God forbid smell whatever is inside the bathroom. According to Miss Albee, in the gold rush days, while men were on the open range would simply find a shrub or a pot and pop a squat, prairie women would form elaborate protective circles to shield one another. They'd all stand in a circle facing out, holding their skirts up from the side to form a wall, she said. And then at one time they'd take turns going to the bathroom in the middle of the circle, away from prying eyes. So look at that. So they're saying, it's men that are doing this to us, men that are doing to us, but they just proved in the article itself that 200 years ago in the gold rush, they would do it to themselves, where guys would just be like, I gotta go. Oh, okay. Off you go.
I'm gonna go poo.
I've gotta go poo.
Yeah.
And now she's saying that, it's like, oh, the men have pushed it on us. No, I don't think so. It just sounds like the women didn't want to be seen pooing for their own reasons. And all the other women were like, I understand this. And formed a circle around her.
That's fair enough.
Which would be, can I put it out there? If a guy's like, I'm going to go take a shit. And all you fellas went, well, let me come with you.
So we've got to do our guard of honour.
Got to do a guard of honour. Everyone get your muskets. Ready to go.
A crocodile could come and attack us.
Oh. Okay, so how's this? And you were saying, talk about holding it.
Holding it in.
Yeah, holding it in.
Yeah.
According to a recent survey of 1,000 Canadian women, 71% that they said to go to great lengths to avoid defecating, especially in public washrooms. And then this person goes, is it any surprise to hear that women are more constipated than men?
We should really bring Jess into this.
Well, she read this. I got her to read it because I thought it was just me going, this is stupid. And she read it, she goes, if you've got to poo, you've got to poo. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we've both messaged each other like, we're pooing at the moment.
You got to poo about once a day.
You got to poo at least once a day. Exactly right. I think ages ago, remember my friend Dan?
Yeah.
We would message each other on Snapchat.
But each other's poo.
No.
You would Snapchat your poo.
When we're on the toilet, we'd
Yeah.
snap a picture of ourselves and send it to each other.
Yeah.
And it was always #snapcrap.
Yeah, because you'll be at work.
It was funny.
Yeah, snap crack. Jeez, that's good.
Snapcrack.
I feel like we could have a poo app.
Oh, I think. Well, this is a complete shit show. So historians have long noted that public facilities were created for and built by men, and bathrooms are no exception. Most architects are men, most plumbers are men, and early public facilities were tailored to the white man, and then later white women who were engaged in public life enough to use them. So, I've got a huge issue with this. I didn't realize that different toilets were required by different races. I'm pretty sure that, like, my mate who's an Indian bloke at work will use the same toilet that I use. Like, he's pretty happy using a urinal. And I'm pretty sure a woman, doesn't matter what race, is going to be pretty happy with a bathroom stall. But she goes on to something else here, which might explain why nobody has stopped to think that just because the square footage of a bathroom facility may be equal, it doesn't mean you can necessarily fit equal number of stalls. And this is where it got me, because I've been working with engineers recently.
Oh, he's fired up now, people. He's fired up.
I've been working with engineers recently.
Mm-hmm.
And what she has said is, and specifically in Australia, I didn't check anyone else's laws, but I'm assuming it's the same across the board. Specifically in Australia, that is more untrue than she could ever imagine. And all she had to do was Google it. So you ready for some numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. So, depending on
ABC fact check, watch out, because we have got Turch, our own fact checker.
So men, there's two different things: toilet pans and urinals.
Yeah.
Okay. For every 20 men,
Mm-hmm.
we get one toilet.
One toilet, yeah. Because we get a urinal.
But only if it's one every 25 men. So let's say an office.
Wait, is this the law?
This is the law.
There's actually numbers around this?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, this is the architectural standards that you have to apply in a
Okay.
building according to work safety.
These are the minimum. So you could go beyond this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's say there's 100 people
Yeah.
at your office. Most likely, let's say it's 100 men, 100 women.
Yeah.
Most likely, if 100 men are there, you probably get 2 urinals
Mm-hmm.
and maybe 3 stalls,
Okay.
right? Which would cater for 160 men.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might get another stall. Sometimes you might get another urinal. But let's just say you say to that.
Okay.
Women, on the other hand,
That explains. I went into this this restaurant cafe, right, which was fairly busy, and I was like, there was only one toilet and 2 urinals, and I thought this is a little bit. This isn't.
Yeah.
But now you're saying those figures.
yeah, because that can serve 50 men.
Yeah.
50 men with the urinals and another 20 men with the stall. So because there's 70 men in that restaurant at once.
Yeah.
Women, on the other hand, if there's 100 women there, it's a ratio. They don't get urinals. That's fine. But for every one woman, for every 15 women, one stall has to be there.
Okay.
So technically, for 100,
Yeah.
you would have to get, 64, double that. They have to get at least 7 stalls
Yeah.
for every technically
100 people.
100 people,
To the males
100
too.
women, to a men's 2.
Mm.
So they literally get 3.5 times as much many stalls as men.
It's too much chatting.
That's a lot of chatting, and this is why they get paid enough. That's why they get paid. They don't get paid a lot.
I feel like that's going to come back to bite me.
It probably will. But look, I just think that, she obviously didn't do her research on that sort of thing. But just to finish off the article here, there's actually some profound difference in male and female digestive tracts, beginning with the length of the colon, which is longer in women. The extra length in the colon does create this redundancy, all these extra twists and turns. Think of the male colon as a gentle horseshoe, and the female colon as being a tangled up slinky. Now, I'm not a biologist, but that just sounds bullshit to me.
Sounds like words with no cred.
So the question is, Kieran, do you poop at work?
I do poop at work because I like to get paid to poo.
And you know what, women? That's how men are actually making their money. I think another man respects a man who poops at work.
Yeah.
I know Carl from Who Are These Podcasts does not agree with that.
What? No pooping at work?
He doesn't want people pooping at work. He doesn't poop at work.
I mean, every now and then, once in a blue moon, I mean, you're going to have one that you would have had something to eat the night before, and you're going to stink up the place. If that's the case, I'll walk a little bit further and take a shit in where someone doesn't know that I exist.
But on the whole, it's like, oh, you gotta go.
Yeah.
And usually your body clock is always at the same sort of time.
Someone brushes their teeth in the toilet.
That's
at
way
work.
too far.
Yeah.
That's more disgusting to me.
Yeah, I've taken a shit twice.
Yeah.
And then someone's come in and brushed their teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just don't want to open the stall to,
No.
I'll wait until you finish.
Even there might be a door between the basins and the toilets. I still feel like, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. Anyway, but was that woman as crazy as I think she is, or is it just am I just so protective yet not protective of my toilet time?
No, yeah, that's pretty. On average, how long do you take?
To poo? 5 minutes.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
probably average.
Yeah, you poop. You probably text a few people. I'll probably text you saying, "Are we doing the podcast on this night?" I send myself a joke.
You need an award
Why?
for managing me.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's
it's
good.
pretty-
That's where the Patreon money's gonna go one day.
It's pretty impressive.
gonna-
Church.
We got another poop story.
I'll I can just imagine it. Alice is probably driving, disgusted by our poop talk.
Nah. She knows what she's in for with this podcast.
And I'll give our listeners a break. I want to talk something about controversial here. Religion.
I think the poo talk's more controversial on this podcast.
Well, Turch. Would you want to hear the poo? We'll go with the poo.
No, okay. No, do the thing and then I'll tell a story about Dweezil.
Actually, I found this.
Right.
Coprophobia.
Yeah.
Coprophobia?
Coprophobia? Yeah.
Fear, anxiety of pooing.
That's a sad time. I was not a good pooper as a kid. I'll put it out there. I was not a good pooper as a kid. And I learnt very much the hard way. I had to take a lot of stuff to make, a lot of laxatives, and I end up pooing a lot, and now I quite enjoy a poo.
Fair enough.
That's a big story. There you go, people.
All right, I'm going to show you a photo.
What do you got there?
What do you see? Describe to me what you see.
What do I see here? Let me get some glasses on here.
Don't read the title.
I see a bunch of guys. I see a guy in a pink shirt, and he's definitely got a strainer, like a spaghetti, a pasta strainer on his head.
Yeah.
And he's talking at a conference with lots of other older gentlemen with beards in the background.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
It reminds me of a flat Earth talk I once watched on YouTube.
A pastafarian.
The pastafarians, of
Hilarious
course.
trolled a town council meeting. The stakes are profoundly serious. Last Tuesday, the founding pastor of the First Lower Peninsula Congregation of Pastafarians placed a pasta strainer on his head and opened an Alaskan local government meeting with a prayer.
That's fantastic. Do we have a copy of the prayer? I would love...
I couldn't get a sound clip, but I'm going to read it out.
Oh, please. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Pastor, Amen. Let's go to the next thing here.
It is... Oh, shit.
Pastafarian.
It's a very long article.
I remember hearing about Pastafarians a very long time ago.
Yeah.
And it was like... It was an atheist joke about like how you can just make up a flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah.
Is that what it's based on? Is that the right one, or am I just making something up on the spot here?
No, I think this is the one.
This is the one?
The one based off of the flying spaghetti monster?
Yeah,
that's it. Here we go. Oh, shit. I should have highlighted it. I found it somewhere.
It's funny, you always give me shit about my paper printouts, but I always have everything ready to rock and roll.
I know. This is terrible. I'm called to invoke the power of the true creator of the universe, the drunken tolerator of all lesser and more recent gods, and maintainer of gravity here on Earth. May the great flying spaghetti monster rouse himself from his stupor and let his noodly appendages ground each assembly member in their seats.
That's amazing.
So there was a big controversy.
Well...
Because no. There's a big controversy.
Why?
Because
Why?
most of the people in this town were Christian.
Yeah, okay.
And then some religious people said, but we want our meetings to be opened with our prayers. Yeah. And this went all the way to the Supreme Court in America.
Are you serious?
So there's been about 4 cases where the Supreme Court has ruled about, because you're not allowed to, because the separation between church and state
has to be very clear.
But you are allowed to have a prayer before a meeting begins.
So he won out.
So he was like, fuck it, I'm going to take the piss out of all of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to open up this meeting before this meeting starts and say a pastafarian prayer.
That's fantastic.
Everyone's fucking angry at him.
Oh, people are so precious about their religion. Like, it's good. It's good fun. It's helpful, but...
and the Supreme Court has recognised that pastafarian is an official religion.
That's an interesting thing, because if you're talking about separation of state and church, for the Supreme Court to go, which is state, to go, that's a religion, and me believing in myself as a god is not a religion, which means the state has the power over decision of what a religion is or not. That's more controversial for me than anything else. Not as controversial as pooping at work, but god damn it, it's close.
Well, further on about pastafarian, it is disrespectful to teach our beliefs without wearing his chosen outfit, which of course is full pirate regalia.
Pirate regalia? I didn't know that. So you have to wear an eye patch and a pasta strainer. I just think of Seinfeld when he's wearing the puffy shirt.
Yeah.
Like, why are you wearing the shirt? I don't want to be a pirate. And to the parrot on his shoulder. Recreate all of Muppet Treasure Island.
I think we can all look forward to the time when these theories... Oh, it goes on to talk about public schools. I think we can look forward to the time when all these theories are given equal time in our science classrooms across the country and eventually the world. 1/3 time for intelligent design, 1/3 time for spying spaghetti monster, Pastafarianism, and 1/3 time for logical conjecture based on overwhelming observable evidence.
Can you imagine, though, that one day that we search the cosmos and this and that, and we do find a god, and it is a fucking spaghetti monster? Like, you know, like, there's a real irony that could definitely occur. It's like, that's the crazy thing that it actually turns out
Yeah,
to
spaghetti
be.
monster is the real one.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
But it's Catholic. Like, he's the Catholic god. Like, you know? It's like, yes, it is me, the spaghetti monster, and Jesus is my son. He's actually Jesus, and he goes great on top of me.
In Phoenix, Arizona,
The Holy Spirit is actually tomato sauce. The
barbecue,
Italians got it right.
and barbecue sauce is the devil.
Yeah, that's right.
Or maybe mustard's the devil.
I was going to say sriracha, like a hot sauce.
Oh, yeah, that's good. In Phoenix, Arizona, there have been city councils that have now banned the practice of opening sessions with prayer due to the Pastafarians.
That's probably a good thing. That's probably the smart way of doing
well, that's
it.
what the Pastafarians wanted.
Yeah, it's true. You can't... You win some, you lose some, you pass to some. What can I say? It's all al dente to me. What can I say? So I'm going to tell the story about Dweezil because that's why I've been so tired and probably delirious, and I've been not as sharp as I probably could have been on this episode, but that's all right. So he's great. He's lovely. But today, when we're recording this, it was
Who's Dweezil?
Dweezil's my little puppy dog.
Okay, just in case someone doesn't know.
Yeah, so just in case someone's like halfway through the episode.
Probably
I'll skip through the episode.
Probably our American and Sydney listeners,
Yeah, that's true.
have no idea.
And welcome back to the We Only Do One Take podcast. And just a little break there. We just had a little bit of Bruce Springsteen for you. That was a really good one. Coming up later is the weather. But first, I just wanted to talk about my little new puppy that I got here. So today was his first day on his own in the house.
Uh-oh.
So Jess and I set up an area for him that sort of blocked off the rest of the house, and he could have his little space inside the dog door, and then he had the whole backyard to explore. And he wasn't really 100% confident with the dog door as of yet, so it's sort of like a flap one.
Mm-hmm.
So we sort of left the flap up,
Yeah.
and that way he can go in and out, and we gave him food and water and this and that, and he was going to be at home the whole day. And I left early in the morning, Jess left later, and I get a message from Jess saying, I just left him, I cried all the way to work, because she was so sad and so scared that he was going to be, you know, crying, whimpering all day, and this and that, or hurt himself or do something like that. And I'm like,
I feel like I should have sold you like a video camera to like check on your dog.
Don't tempt Jess. So amazingly, I get home first because I finish off at the site instead of driving back into the city. I just drive it here and take the car in the morning, go in early. I get home and I open the door, and I see the television on. That's the first thing. I'm like, okay, this is a bit weird.
Was it on Oprah? It was on Oprah.
I don't know what
wasn't
it was on.
Oprah replays.
Well, maybe it was. I can't remember. He
didn't watch The Room. No, not The Room.
Maybe he did.
What's the one with all the women on it? Then they talk.
View.
The View.
Yeah, no. I don't know what exactly it was on. Maybe it was. I can't really remember because I just thought to myself, "Holy crap! Is someone in my house?"
Yeah, he probably bought a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, he just called everybody up. It's all good. Yeah, that's what a dog wants—a vacuum cleaner.
You know, he's probably got the channel with all that infomercials on it.
He's bought 2 hammers and a ladder. That's what he's got.
Not just a ladder. A ladder that can bend.
50 ShamWows just rock up the next day, right? And I'm like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? Like someone's in my house. So I call, just yell, hey, is anyone here? Like, Anyway, and I see this little dog walk out from behind the couch, look at me, and then get all excited that I'm here. I'm like, how did you get to that area of the house? Near the couch and stuff, because we blocked it all off. I had a look, and I looked to the side where the dog door is and stuff like that. So this is what happened. The fence was up, and absolutely was up. We even put some chairs in the way, so he couldn't push it forward to open it up, because he's sort of done that a little bit. He sort of worked out he can do that. So we put some chairs in, everything was great, how big it's blocked up. So what he did was, he grabbed the gate, and pulled it instead of pushed it forward. He pulled it back just enough. But the thing was, as he pushes it back, he actually just locks himself in.
Yeah, right.
So not too bad. So he pushed it just enough to block off half the dog door, but not the other half.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So the flap went down, and it's like a plastic flap.
Yeah.
Right? Like a PVC, like a
Plastic.
It's flexible though.
Yeah.
And
because some plastic's
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, it's not like a hard.
Everyone, he's Italian and he's doing lots of arm movements right now for flexible.
It's the plastic you put over seats as a wog. You put them over the seats.
Just imagine the hand actions.
And it's metallic down the bottom, and it locks into place with magnets.
Yeah.
Right. So he'd worked out that if you pulled the thing back, he could jump through the dog door.
Smart dog.
And then walk on the other side of the dog flap.
Yeah.
Jump in, and now he had the full room of the house.
Uh-huh.
So he'd done this elaborate ruse of going all the way around and just was able to sit wherever he wanted. He had full room of the house.
So tomorrow, just don't bother doing that. Let him have full room of the house.
So I'm just laughing my head off.
Yeah.
And I called Jess and I go, and she's like, "Oh, are you home?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm home. I learnt 2 things today. One,
the electricity bill's going up because you're leaving the TV on for the dog.
He watched
it's called a radio, people. A radio.
He watched TV all day and just like, I accidentally left the TV on.
Oh,
I'm
bull, I'm calling.
I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. 2, he's the smartest dog in the world because not only did he do this elaborate thing, he only peed and pooed outside. So now I have this dog who's 9 weeks old, who not only is smart enough to trick Jess through a Home Alone, like what's it called, Rube Goldberg contraption of going in and out of the house, but he also won't pee or poo inside.
Which is fantastic. That's
so
good.
I'm very happy. And
let him roam, people.
Let him roam.
Let him roam.
So very happy, very excited. So Jess came home and she goes, "I was crying all fucking morning for a guy that let himself in." Like, yeah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Let him roam. No, that's good. That's very good. Let's talk about poo.
Let's talk about poo. Speaking of poo, he did it outside.
Did it outside. They would have been tiny little nuggets. Portland Police.
It looked like him, actually. It was a long and little.
Long and little. Oh, there you go. It'll be easy to clean up. Not like a big dog. A big dog.
That's very handy, yes. Yeah, easy. So, Portland poo?
Portland Police say that they're not allowed to stop people from pooping in the street.
Oh, God.
And that's where we lose everyone.
Are we... this is regression to third world, right? It's like, we were talking about, like, we want women to poop in the toilet at offices and feel safe. We're giving them extra toilets, this and that. Hello, police? This man is pooping in the street. Look, we can't.
Yeah, we can't arrest.
We just can't arrest him, you know. We can't arrest him for something, like indecent exposure or something.
Police
like that.
say that they are powerless to stop people relieving themselves in public, even if it happens right in front of them.
Oh my God. So I can just pop a squat in front of like 50 chicks in Portland.
Yeah.
Was it Portland?
Portland.
Yeah. And they can't do anything about it.
That's correct.
Amazing.
The Oregon court last year barred authorities from using state law in cases of public urination and defecation. And this has caused a problem. The homeless people of Oregon in Portland are now pooping so much that the Oregon Council is receiving 50 complaints a day.
That's third world country level of terrible. Oh my God.
Yeah. With the police paralysed, Portland has resorted to expensive cleanup efforts.
Oh, this means more taxes, people. This is what God, it's not very good.
What's that? It costs... there are now poop crews.
When I was a kid, and we got our first dog, Pepper. We had to. Mum was like, Dad, like you have to pick up the poo, and we actually ended up calling it Poo Patrol.
Yeah.
I feel like it's.
Oh my God, no way! That's exactly what we called it, Poo Patrol.
Poo Patrol. And I'm just
Gotta
imagining
go
now,
on Poo Patrol.
Portland Poo Patrol, like Triple P, and they got the little logo, they got white shirts with the little plastic bags and stuff. That's what I'm expecting now.
Poo Patrol. Oh god, that is just a.
Who would have thought?
Every time Poo Patrol responds, it costs $316. Costs the taxpayer
Oh,
$316.
that's,
Uh,
so 50 a day times 300.
yeah.
What's that? $15,000? Is that right? 15,000.
$158,000 a day.
150. Oh, geez, my maths is way off. 158,000. No, can't be. 30 times
50.
50 times 300.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
50 times 316, which is what it costs. There's the maths right there.
It's 500.
158.
Yeah, but you've typed in 50.
Oh shit, I've typed in 500.
You typed in 500.
15,800.
I may be delirious and shit, but I can leave. Fucking hell. That's a lot of cash. 15 grand a day. My God. That's a lot of taxpayer money. That's how much I paid more than tax that last financial year, but still, that's a lot of.
That's a lot of moolah.
You know what though? The good thing is that if you earned $18,000 here in Australia, you wouldn't have to contribute to the Poo Patrol.
Someone's profiting off this. Someone's like, yeah, I'm going to create Poo Patrol and I'm going to pay my guys minimum wage.
Why not? You know what you could do? You could kill two birds with one stone. You could hire the homeless people
To do poos.
do poos and do the Poo Patrol.
Ah.
Because they'll work
Creating jobs.
creating jobs, less poo.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The more they do their job, the less poo there is.
Mm.
There's a very fine line of supply and demand.
Well, when you got to go, you got to go.
See women, you won't even get in trouble in Portland. You know where to go. No one's judging. No shame. No shame.
This is a real shit show.
It is a real shit show. Well, Kieran, you've got a bunch of housemates. Well, you did have a housemate.
Yeah.
Now you don't, but you will soon.
I will soon.
Yeah.
I've implemented the cowbell.
the cowbell.
The cowbell.
In what sense?
Well, that if we need to have a house meeting, you ring the cowbell.
Ah.
You know, and then Festivus, airing out the grievances. Hold your grievances till the end of the year and air them out.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. There you go. Seinfeld reference. Well done.
Thank you.
Seinfeld and Pooh. What an episode we've had. And dogs. But I've got a good one. So you got a bunch of housemates. Have they ever eaten some of your food in the fridge? Or is it sort of for you free game?
Yeah, I've never really had that issue.
Well, I've never had this issue either with Jess. I'm just like, yeah, whatever's in the fridge is, you know.
But you're like a couple.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's all fair game.
You say that. But this guy, man installs a fridge safe to stop girlfriend eating his snacks.
Is she trying to make him diet?
I don't know. Let's find out. Be honest, lads. We've all thought about this at some point in time. Obviously, when you're living together, mine and yours fly out the window and becomes ours. Isn't that lovely? Well, not always. Desserts are one problem. I won't order one. I'll just have a bite of yours. Bugger off. We all know you fully intend to eat most of my cheesecake, which is very true. Snacks are another problem, especially if you like the same stuff. Though there are a number of tactics us lads can use to combat this. Top shelves are a good idea. Sadly, it doesn't work for me because I'm just not at the same height.
Yeah.
Buying things they don't like is another option, but then you're only limiting yourself with this option. And you shouldn't be forced to ensure the fruit and nut dairy milk just because she can't control herself.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did this guy do? Dave came up with the ultimate solution. A fridge safe.
Ah, so a lock on a fridge.
It basically is. So, and apparently, more than anything else, the girlfriend posted this on Facebook saying, so it's come to this too. You buy a house together, you have a child together, you get engaged, wedding plans are doing, and...
Most people do the engagement before the child.
That's true. Not
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, whatever. It's modern world. Dave goes to buy a fucking fridge safe, and he's an asshole and doesn't share his chocolate with me anymore. Anyone want him? This is breakup material, right? Prick. Dave, you're a genius. Stacey, since you've opened a Pandora's box here, we allow us blokes to close ours. Thank you. And look at this. So I got a picture of this fridge safe. Look at that. That is a man solution to a man problem.
Oh, it's in the fridge.
It's in the fridge.
I thought it was. The fridge was locked.
No, in the fridge itself, there's a box, and it's
got a code.
It's got a code in there.
It's a number code.
Yep, and it's only he can access it.
Oh, that is torture. He's put chocolate in there.
Yeah. Well, he bought it for himself. I could definitely see myself doing this with my, when I was living at home and my brother was there.
Yeah.
Or I feel like housemates would use this and just put their beers in there. I was when you have a house party and you have some random people over,
yeah,
you put your good beers in there.
Yeah, the good beers.
The good beers. And you tell one other mate what the good beers number is, and that's it. Whereas now it's just bring your own. Fuck it. Just drink my booze, it's all good.
Bring your own and we don't care. That's genius.
I think it's pretty cool.
Good on him. Well done.
He likes dairy milk with Oreos through it, though. That's a bit of a... it's not that good.
I've never... I don't...
Anyway, Kieran, you got another article for us?
Wrap
it up for this.
I do.
Today.
I've got two quick ones.
All right, good. Let's do that.
Japan now has a giant pizza sandwich called the Meat Mountain.
Okay, look. No, a pizza sandwich is a calzone.
That's not a calzone.
That is not a calzone. Okay. That's just two pizzas on top of each other.
Which has 18 different types of meat. Is that what a calzone is?
Yeah.
Shit.
You get a pizza, you sort of put the little stuff in and you close it over.
What is a
Wait a minute, 18 different kinds of meat. Is it like smoked ham and regular ham, or ham from pig, ham from horse?
You just wrap it around.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a calzone. There you go. I'm 29. Didn't know that.
Ugh, there you go.
The things that you learn.
Yeah. Is it like deer and seafood combination sort of thing, or is it just 20 types of ham and 2 types of salami and?
Oh, look, it doesn't actually. It tells me where they're located.
Oh, that's good.
It doesn't tell me what's on the. Oh wait, no, here it is. Beef steak, hamburger patty pieces, pork loin,
3 animals so far.
Iberian bacon, diced bacon, sliced bacon, bacon bits, Bavarian sausage, pepperoni, mini wiener sausage, pork sausage, Italian sausage.
That's all.
Wagyu beef ribs, chicken, deluxe minced meat, meat and spicy sauce, taco meat, and dried cured ham.
That's 4 animals. That's pork. There was minced meat.
18 different types of meat.
Yeah, but okay. But can you really count taco meat being different from minced meat? There's a very fine line, of herbs and spices.
Hey.
Is fried chicken that much different to roast chicken? At the end of the day, it's just the coating.
Look, you make a very good point, but I don't care. 18 different types. You're
feel
not going to sell a pizza with 4 different types of meat.
I guess. Well, yeah, you can. That's exactly what they're doing.
And
I think they mean 4 different types of meat, but not 4 different. I think I misunderstood it as at different types of animal meat.
Yeah.
Not just meat in general.
Yeah, just meat in general.
Yeah.
You're thinking too much.
I am.
Go get some less sleep so you don't think.
Less sleeps.
Yeah. Go get more less sleep.
More less sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And what's the other article you got there?
And we all know that The Bachelor finished.
Okay, so what is The Bachelor for all our people who don't listen to The Bachelor?
Just watch the Punky recaps.
Okay.
Have you seen the Punky recaps?
No, because I've been watching it with Jess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was with a girlfriend, mate. You're gonna watch some. It's a trade-off. I watch about 4 hours of videos about guitars, and I have to watch some video. I have to watch the 2 episodes a week on The Bachelor. It's a fair trade-off.
Well, the real Bachelor.
Yeah.
This week had a party hangover. Oh, and it had a $12,460 emergency bill.
What, The Bachelor that was on TV?
No, a different Bachelor.
Oh.
I just thought I'd,
I did watch The
try and
Bachelor.
do a sneaky sneak.
Yeah, it was a bit of a sneaky sneak. The actual Bachelor show is pretty terrible. I should have brought that in as a rant. It's the most bullshit thing. He obviously chose who he wanted straight away, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but according to
Is that someone? We just got a special guest in
here. We
here.
have a Dweezil.
Dweezil's coming into the studio.
Jess, quick question. Yeah. Would you take a shit at work?
I don't poo at work.
You don't poo
Jess
at work?
doesn't poo at work. Okay, good. That's on the show now, officially.
Oh, look at Dweezil. Oh, he's so cute.
Well, Kieran,
Sleepy.
as a final sort of thing, we have a new fan. We have a new person who recommends the podcast on the Facebook.
A new fan.
And his name's Vincent.
Yeah. Hi, Vincent.
And this one was more for you than anybody else.
I saw this.
He said, I was told to give you guys a negative recommendation, but I don't have the heart for it. Please don't hate me, but at the same note, where are the spoons?
They will be on Patreon.
And I thought that would be the perfect way to do to the Patreon account, like to get people to do. There we go. That's gonna go up as soon as possible, isn't it?
Hang on. I don't like that photo. Let's do another one.
For all the people, I wish we could film this, but yes, there's a dog and Kieran getting photos of them doing the podcast together, which is very adorable. But Kieran, I think we should wrap this one up because I feel like we're just in a photo booth at the moment with a dog and a girlfriend and Dweezil. But for all your wanking needs out there, especially you, Vincent, thank you very much for the recommendation. We will get you those spoons. Make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you'd like to send us a hate mail, a death threat, or a rant, and if you'd like to recommend us, obviously record it on your phone and email us at weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com. Kieran.
Or just Facebook message it to us.
Yeah, of course. Make it real easy. Whatever's the easiest way. That's why I say you could contact us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Send us a death threat. That'd be funny. I'd read it.
I wouldn't. You would bring it in.
Yeah, probably.
And read it out.
Of course I would. Kieran, thank you for another fantastic episode today.
That's all good.
Thank you for editing.
You're welcome.
And we will see you next Thursday. He's cute. He does the job.
You know, I've been thinking about these spoons. Rome wasn't built in a day.
I think it was episode 8.
Quality spoons.
7 or 8, I think we talked about spoons.
You know, they're coming. They're in Vietnam.
I hope so. Oh, you know what? I need one to put it up on my wall. I need to hang it.
I'll get it framed.
I would definitely get one framed. We can be a limited edition one. We sign it.
That's good.
Yeah.